More young adults are living with their parents longer than even before. A new report actually finds that 1 in 3 Americans under 35 now lives with their parents, and most of them, well, they're making money, they're employed. We're joined live by Danielle Hale, chief economist at Realtor.com, to break this all down for us. First off, thank you so much for joining us, and good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so I got to ask, first, what's driving this record number of young adults living at home?
Well, we took a look at the data and we found that it's actually not a jobs market story. It's really a housing story. Over the last decade, we haven't built enough homes in the United States, and that's contributed to rising home prices and rising rental prices. And even though rents have come down a little bit in the last couple of years, they are still roughly 18% higher than they were before the pandemic, which makes it very difficult for those younger households to strike out on their own. And when mom and dad have an extra bedroom at home, it's a very attractive alternative and certainly a much better priced alternative in many cases.
Yeah, you know, the study shows most of these adults, they have the jobs. I mean, what are they doing with their money? Are they saving it for future homes? Are you seeing that in the real estate business, or is it more so saving just so they can potentially move out when the time comes?
That's a great question. The study doesn't really answer that question about what they're doing with that extra money, but very likely saving it, making sure that they are setting themselves up for the future, and in some cases maybe using it to boost their spending now. But we do find that this cohort that's living at home now is just as likely to be employed as they were roughly 20 years ago when we think about the number of people living at home. But because there are so many more of them in this situation, it's roughly 1 in 7 young adults that is now living at home and has a job, compared to 1 in 9 when we look at back at the 2000s. So it's a phenomenon that doesn't have anything to do with what's happening in the employment market, which makes sense given that unemployment remains relatively low. But high housing costs have led to the situation where young adults feel like they can't strike out on their own.
Yeah, and culturally, you look at places around the world. I mean, in Panama, Latin America, Central America, a lot of adults actually live home, you know, a little bit longer than they do in America. But now I guess we're seeing that more Americans are living at home. You know, how do you think this is going to affect our home prices or starting a family? Are those all going to be pushed back to later than it was before? Because back in the day, I mean, people could afford a home. Nowadays, most people can't, especially here in Southern California.
It is certainly challenging, and especially in Southern California. I think we do see that it sometimes shifts those major milestones of starting a family, and finding a place of your own tends to go hand in hand with that. Interestingly, a lot of the young adults that are living at home are single, so it suggests that those other life milestones are being delayed, forming their own household, getting married, those sorts of things. But we do find that surveys suggest that young people do want that future where they're out on their own, they own or rent a place of their own. So I do think that they're looking to figure out ways to accelerate getting there. Living at home, being able to save is one way that they can eventually take those savings and strike out on their own in the future. But in the meanwhile, I'm sure they get to spend more time at home and build up those savings to make it possible in the future.
I mean, let's be real. We have people here who live at home with their parents, and they're saving money. And I'm jealous all the time because I wish I could do the same. And we also got to keep in mind, a lot of these are Generation X parents or millennial parents. So it's a little bit different than the boomers, and they're allowing their kids to stay home as long as they want, it seems. But interesting to see. Do you think this is going to be the new norm for the future generations?
You know, I think it's interesting. The data shows that there's actually one cohort, the 25 to 29-year-olds, where we're seeing the share of people living at home actually go down. So the numbers are still pretty high because we've got more people, but the share of young adults in this cohort that was able to take advantage of low rates during the pandemic and is experiencing some rent relief is actually going down. So that suggests to me that people do want to live on their own. They do want to take the next step, whether that's living out on their own as a renter or buying their own home. And as soon as we see a little bit of unlock in the housing market, I expect we'll see more people strike out on their own. In order to do that, we really need to see more home building. We're about 4 million homes short. That's a deficit that's built up over the last decade. If we can make some progress against that and see prices come down, I think that'll make it easier for people to get out on their own and buy or rent their own household.
Absolutely. We just need the housing. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time, Danielle. We really appreciate it.